How do you sustain a new habit? Okay, how do you make sure you don't go back to your old habits and sustain the new habit that you're trying to do? Like maybe meditation or going to the gym or cleaning up your diet, or maybe you're trying to stop watching porn or whatever it may be. Whatever it might be. If you're trying to stop, a habit or create a new habit, what you got to realize, and what helped me in my life and what I realized, is that my ego doesn't like change. Okay, my ego doesn't like change, and my ego likes to stay exactly where it's at. And a lot of the times, my ego would try to be in a loop of the same habits every single day. And I would start to notice that my ego would almost have an energetic pull, and it would love to just go back to its old ways. If you guys know what the word homeostasis means, then you might understand what I'm trying to say, that you just go back to this old mentality. And then even if you get some results, maybe like, 5 days, 10 days, 15 days, 20 days, maybe even a month, you might notice that at some point your mind and body will create reasons as to why you can't sustain this new habit that you have been sustaining. It's shocking. It's shocking the reasons and the emotions and the feelings that will come up, and the resistance that you will create as to, why you can't continue, this simple habit that you're trying to change. Like maybe meditation, 20 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day. You just got to do 20 minutes a day. And, your mind and body is going to be telling you why you can't do it, like why you can't do it. And why you can't sustain this habit. And it's just going to be giving you rationalizations and feelings. But the thing you got to realize, and the most important thing that I want you to take away from this video, is to be aware of that pull that is going to try to take you back to the old ego structure that you had, the old identity that you built. Because we're trying to change the identity at a core. You're trying to change who you are. When you are trying to change a habit, really what you're changing is who you are. Okay? You're changing your identity, your personality, the traits associated with that. And you have to break the old patterns and start some new ones. And it takes a little bit of time to break those old patterns. And the one thing that I want you to take away from this video and to really understand is to be aware that there will be an energetic pull. Okay, because if you're not aware that there's going to be resistance, because there's always going to be resistance, but how are you going to deal with it is the question. There's always going to be resistance that comes up in your life. There's always going to be resistance that comes up when you try to change a new habit, especially, and your old ego is going to try to suck you back. And how you deal with it is extremely important. So the first thing I want you to realize is that there will be an energetic pull. There will be a pull trying to take you back. And the fact that you are aware of this and mindful that there will be a pull, it's like a magnetic force trying to pull you back to your old habits, or maybe stop a new habit. Like you're trying to meditate, you go for 10 days, and then your mind comes up with an excuse like, oh, well, like I can't do this because blah, 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 blah. You got to realize that's going to happen, and you want to be ready for it. Okay. So number one, be aware that there will be a pull. There will be a pull. Okay, second of all, what I want you to realize is to observe that pull and not attach to it. Okay, that is the key. And if you have a meditation habit, you're going to be able to exactly know what I mean and connect this to any aspect of your life, any aspects, because this is going to apply especially to the meditation. But then you can apply it to your diet life. I don't know if anybody has said that before. Let's start it right now. You can apply it to your diet life. You can apply it to your fitness life. You can apply it to your social life when you're trying to talk to new people and give yourself the motivation to socialize more. You can apply it to anything that you want, any habit that you're trying to do, that you're trying to create and sustain for a long time. There will be a pull. And then you want to observe it. Observe it the same way you would observe a thought in meditation. Just observe it and don't attach to it. And when you start to do this, what will happen is you have this power because, listen, imagine you didn't know that there's going to be a pull. A lot of people don't know. They try to start a habit and they expect that it's going to be smooth sailing. They have unrealistic expectations. And then they don't realize that their mind and body is coming up with explanations as to why they can't continue this habit. And then they continue, and then they go back to their old ways, not realizing that their own mind and thought patterns deceive them. It's a pattern. They're old patterns. When I say it's a thought pattern, I'm being quite literal, very literal, because there's a pattern from the past that is trying to keep you there. Okay, and you want to be aware that it's going to suck you back. And then if you have that awareness from the meditation, just by observing your thoughts, okay, just by knowing, even if you don't do meditation, just knowing that there will be a pull will increase your chances significantly of maintaining any habit that you want. Okay, this is what helped me to sustain any habit in my life, because I've been eating clean for over a year now. I've been going to the gym 3 days a week extremely consistently. I socialize with everybody that I see. And I used to not be like this. I used to not be able to do any of these things. But then when I started to meditate, this helped me so much to sustain these habits. I would notice that I would have these pulls, but like it comes in the form of a thought most of the time, and then a feeling in my chest or an emotion being like, okay, you got to go back and you can't do this today. You this today, you can't do it because blah, blah, blah. Like you're tired, or, I'm just not feeling it today, or, today's not the day to do it. It's just like whatever. Like you come up with so much excuses, man, so much excuses. But then I would observe that, and I would be like, no, this is not what I want to do. Like even I was starting to eat healthier, I would start to observe thoughts of me wanting to go to like McDonald's or Tim Hortons or whatever. And, and I would just like have these thoughts being like, oh yeah, you want to go get that. Like, treat yourself today. Go have some fun. And then I just observe that, and I'd be like, well, wait a second. I don't need to take that thought seriously at all. That's just me trying to go back to my old ways. And it felt almost effortless. I didn't have to force myself and use willpower to stop these habits. I just had to ease myself into observing my thoughts and observe that urge, and just observe it and not take it so seriously. So 2 things you got to take away from this video. 2 things. 1, your ego doesn't like change. Okay, your ego loves to stay comfortable. And if you try to make a change in your life, expect that your ego will have resistance. Okay, expect it and know how to deal with it. Know how to deal with the resistance. And second, then the way you deal with that resistance is by observing it and allowing it to be there. You can apply this to any habit. Okay, any habit. Once again, you want to make sure that you understand that your ego hates change. You're changing who you are, so it's not going to be easy, but you can make it easy by knowing how to deal with the resistance that will come up. So I hope this video gave you some value, guys. Hope this video gave you some benefit. Have yourself a great day. Done.